So before the last couple of years, I have never been a part of a fandom before. Like, I've been on the internet for a pretty long while. And usually I just like am just a bystander. Like, you know, say like my parents loved Prince and Michael Jackson. And looking back at all those videos of Michael Jackson trying to roam the streets, you got people falling out, you got people doing this, that, and the third. And then boom, I grew up a little bit. Then y'all got the Justin Bieber and mindless behavior era. That's the era that I kind of remember, you know what I'm saying? Like middle school, like I'm over here trying to bag a nice little lady, you know what I'm saying? But she over here, she talking about the Ray Princeton Rock Royal and all that other my girl, she loves me. Like all that type stuff. That's the stuff that I had to like, not really fight against, but like keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I feel as though everything really changed. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. Now that I'm like on the internet as an adult, I'm just looking at all these stands or fandoms just like it's interesting. It's very, very interesting because not only do you have hella fandoms, you got fandoms that are like toxic, you got fandoms that are, normal. You got fandoms that just doing this, that, and the third. Like I'm just here just looking and observing. And I'm like, it's not as bad as people really say it is. Cause you know how when people try to like talk down on people who literally just like a certain type of person or a group and they act accordingly, they like to belittle them. Like I remember back in the day when I was watching Boris City. I say back in the day like it wasn't like 1 or 2 years ago when they were talking about armies versus sports fans, and that the little girl 15-year-old girl thing. Yeah, so like I really don't really have too much of an opinion on it. I just feel like people just do whatever they want, and if you're in a community of people with like-minded individuals, you might participate in the practices of those said like-minded individuals. Me nowadays after the this change in life, I found myself to be on a very, very good side of the internet, and I'm in community with very, very like-minded and pleasant people. You know what I'm saying? I'm army, even though I do love, I do love other groups and everything, but my old group is BTS. I'm not even about to like go too deep into it. Like if you know, and if you don't, go watch some of my videos. There's almost 3,000 videos on my channel. You will figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But like there has been a change, but I can't really put a pin. I can't really speak on it because I never really like took notes about it. I'm just like watching. I'm just watching and observing. So, we got another Boris City video. This title is called How the BTS Army Changed Fandom Culture. I kind of think, I do think I'm lucky. I feel like I'm very, very lucky. I came in the right time. I really think I came at a right time because just going through everything in my experiences with different fandoms, I have certain fandoms that I know I have certain fandoms in my mental Rolodex that I know are going to do certain things if I speak a certain way. So like, I kind of do need to keep in mind of the things that I say, but at the same time, I have to think like, bro, like people aren't going to agree with you and everything. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. And honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I just want to watch this video from Boris City and we going to talk about some things, you know what I'm saying? But for me, a question I asked y'all, what was the first experience with a fandom that you remember? What's the first experience of a fandom that you remember? Put it in the comments down below. This goes for all ages, and we can, I'll read them and you probably can talk. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Yeah, how you doing? I got a question for you. Have you ever wanted to watch more videos than the thousands of ones that are already on my channel? Like the ones that I'm not allowed to show you here. Well, you're in luck, because I have a Patreon with 3 tiers. Here's what you will get per tier. Pause if you would like to read. As you can see, it's very thick, but you be the judge. You can go over there, look at it, check it out, let me know what you think. Thank you all for supporting, and thank you all for everything. Now, let's get back to the video. What I see it
every couple of months.
Why is it? Oh my Jesus.
I see a discussion of which fandom is the best fandom. And every single time, fandoms would name a crazy thing they did as one of the most legendary things that happened in pop culture. And these legendary moments are almost always related to some kind of invasion of privacy.
I'm gonna just be honest, like off the rip, the best fandom is ARMY. Like, I don't care what people say. In terms of like support, in terms of the amount of things you can get into, the amount of different areas, like ARMY, I'm not even gonna say the best. I'm not gonna say the best. ARMY is the most well-rounded or balanced. I'm gonna say balanced. I'm not gonna say best because I'm not trying to put niggas up against each other. If I said that, scratch that. If it gets clipped up, I'd literally take back what I said 2 seconds ago. ARMY has shown me that they are the most rounded and balanced fandom pretty much on this planet. And if you don't agree with me, nigga, okay. I don't know what other fandom has dedicated accounts to medical school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there is, let me know.
For example, Affinity Magazine made a list of the One Direction fandom's most legendary moments. All of the examples are interesting. But this is the fandom's number one.
Wait, what? Iconic Directioner moment number 1. When Directioners hacked into airport and security hotel cameras just to watch the...
One moment. When Directioners hacked into airport and hotel security cameras just to watch the members of One Direction. And the fandom agrees that these are their most legendary moments. They are a hashtag Throwback Thursday. These are moments they are proud of. This is proof they invented fandom. It's moments like this that made them the most iconic fandom.
And also, the word iconic shouldn't be used as a good thing sometimes. Like, you know how like infamous is a word? You know, that's a thing. That's a thing as well.
Every time I see some kind of debate or discussion about which is the best fandom, it's usually a competition of which is the craziest fandom. I think it's because fandoms usually have the idea that the crazier the fandom acts, the bigger the fandom will be perceived. These type of fandoms are known to not only be extremely big, but also so crazy that they are considered some type of disease. It was the Beatlemania, the Justin Bieber fever, the One Direction infection. And as you can see, this negative image that media and the general public puts on big fandoms ends up convincing them to own their bad reputation, to even be proud of it. That was until the BTS fandom became the biggest fandom.
It's safe to say that ARMY are the most powerful fandom in the world. And
you know one thing that's like, shout out to Everglow Up for putting this in my mind, or just like, you know, for just giving me the idea or just giving me the information. The secret sauce to how a group creates a fandom, it's not really secret sauce, it's just like a common denominator. Like, people look for community. People probably aren't very people are being neglected in their life, possibly, or people are looking for people to feel connected. And then y'all got the same interests with people on the internet. They have a message, you connect with the message, other people connect with the message, y'all come together, and it just builds. I feel like I said that wrong, but pretty much the sense of community, and pretty much the human nature of wanting to be in companion with people is probably one of the main reasons as to why these fandoms form and why they probably will get more and more toxic.
And the thing that brings them together? Their complete devotion to 7 men from South Korea and their unique message.
There is this common perception that the BTS ARMY and K-pop fandoms in general are extremely toxic. And the first problem I have with this idea is that BTS's fandom is being combined with a bunch of other fandoms that are not related to BTS. They are actually known to team up to compete against BTS's fandom. In reality, and generally speaking, ARMY reflects BTS's message, a message that K-pop groups, pop artists, and their fandoms lack. Of course, artists don't have to have a message, but BTS was socially conscious since their debut, leaving a clear impression on their fans and creating some kind of fandom etiquette.
Yep.
This fandom etiquette did not come as a list of rules that ARMY must follow. It was simply a consequence of the fandom understanding the message of BTS's music and their actions as people. Of course, I'm not saying that every single BTS fan is not toxic. There have been concerning invasion of privacy cases involving BTS.
Yeah.
The difference is that this is not something the fandom celebrates. It's actually condemned and the exception to the rule. Actually, these toxic moments are talked about and called out within the fandom so much that it may feel like they happen all the time. But compared to other fandoms who encourage it and are proud of it, the BTS ARMY proves that they, maybe involuntarily, created a shift in fandom culture.
And also another thing that kind of I would believe would give ARMYs a bad reputation is that when people who aren't ARMY call out the people who call themselves ARMY who do this wild stuff, they only call out the action and not the reprimandation. So like, because you know how like some people be on the internet talk about oh, this is an opinion, my opinion is right. They get proved wrong. There's literally no trace of, oh, my bad, I apologize, I take back what I said. You don't really see that on the internet. People usually just let shit ride and just forget about it, or just purposely ignore it and sweep it under the rug. Some people don't know that that's actually gonna like build a snowball if it keeps happening. You know, if there's no reprimandation that is pushed out to the forefront, the first initial action is literally going to be what people know that event to be. And if they connect that to a specific fandom, then boom. Fandom did this. You know what I'm saying? Just this. Y'all, like ugh.
ARMY is probably the first big fandom who doesn't want to be recognized as a mania or a fever or an infection, but just a group of people who not only practices respect, but also actually does productive things for BTS, each other, and the world. There's obviously going to be some toxic ones who don't represent the majority, but in the case of ARMY, the toxic side is microscopic compared to the majority non-toxic side. Just
like I said before, one of the things that sold me about ARMY, I don't know if I actually said this before, but I've mentioned this, that with the Black Lives Matter thing, ARMY literally matched BTS. I've never heard of that actually happening ever. And that's still one of the reasons why I'm like, all right, bro. All right, like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't really like performative shit, but sometimes some things just like make me, you know what I'm saying? Just give me the one of them. So there's that.
think about it. The BTS ARMY is bigger than every K-pop fandom combined.
Good God.
BTS's behind-the-scenes YouTube channel has 74 million subscribers. Their Instagram has 72 million followers. Their 2 Twitter accounts have around 50 million followers.
That's a lot of
each.
numbers.
And their recent TikTok account has around 60 million followers. You can argue that not all of these people are going to be ARMY. Some can be casual listeners or curious people from the general public. Maybe you only want to count the 15 million fans dedicated enough to pay for the official BTS ARMY annual membership. Of course, this excludes a lot of dedicated ARMYs who are not able to pay for the membership or that won't get the benefits because of their location or other factors. But still, if you only want to count these 15 million fans paying for the membership, you won't see 15 million toxic BTS fans. That would be insanity. But even if, let's say, you come across 1,000 very toxic fans who are extremely loud, there would still be less than 0.01% of the fandom with the membership. But there are millions of others who are not. So the percentage is even less than that. My point is that the overwhelming majority of ARMYs represent a fandom that pop culture has never seen before.
This is actually insane. I'm gonna wait till she finishes this section. I'm gonna say something.
Consequence of
it's gonna be a lot of pausing today. I just want to let you know.
The BTS ARMY not only rejects the stereotype of a crazy historical fandom, but also proves with actions that they are different. Here are only some of the examples that show how the BTS ARMY changed fandom culture.
All right, so one thing I just want to say, I'm gonna put this on the big thing. One thing I want to say, I don't want to be the type of person to condemn other fandoms and try to bring up ARMY. I don't want to be that type of person unless one fandom or just the people in a certain type of situation of like a member of a certain fandom tries to talk shit about BTS and start doing that wild stuff. Then that's when we're just gonna just start talking about facts and just all that other stuff. I don't want to just be like start breaking people down because of all this other stuff. In my experiences with different fandoms, I don't really have any animosity towards the ones that I get into it with. And y'all already know the ones that I've gotten into it with. The most notably ones are Blinks. I'm not even about to say it's fuck the Blinks for real. Because one of my favorite mutuals, like one of the people I, converse with on a regular basis is a Blink, and she's amazing. She's a really good person. I fucks with you. I'm not gonna say your name, but I fucks with you. And like I have other friends who are in Citizens. I have other friends who are Engines. It's just like I don't want to, even if I've said this in the past or like just talked ill on fandoms, I'm only really talking about the ones that try me, or the ones that or the ones that show me like, bro, you don't really deserve respect because you ain't giving respect. In terms of the whole, I respect other fandoms, bro. Like, so it's just not. I just want to like, I ain't about to bash nobody, or my intention is not to bash any other fandoms. We just talking about Army right now. I know Boris City Magazine. If I watch a video of Boris City Magazine, then I'll probably have some people talking shit about me or just Army, or just using me as a vessel to talk shit about Army. So I just want to let that be known. So yeah, fandom's cool. I'm not gonna lie. K-pop fandoms are actually kind of cool, aside from the shit that be happening on Twitter.
This is an unspoken rule about being an ARMY. Their personal lives are not of our concern.
And that's actually crazy how that's kind of unheard of. Like, that's actually kind of crazy.
This is way more common with small or medium fandoms, but the very big fandoms that ruled pop culture, especially during the internet era, treated artists' personal information as facts every fan should know. I remember that back then, to call yourself a real fan of any mainstream artist, you will have to know everything about their personal lives. There were guides to know their parents' and siblings' names, information, and other kind of details of the artist's personal lives.
That's crazy.
It was a thing that would come up on the popular "Are You a Real Fan?" quizzes.
That's crazy. You fuck around, find out. A member of your favorite group's family members dates back to someone owning slaves. That's all right, bro. Like, all right, brother. Don't stop to get away from my lineage, dog.
But in general, BTS's fandom doesn't really care and even condemns fans digging up their personal information.
Actually, that's scary as shit, though. That's scary as hell. Because I wouldn't want nobody to really know about my family members. I wouldn't want nobody to like know about my family members like that, because my mind just goes to, nigga, if people got a problem with you, they can go for your family. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because then if something happens to your family members, you're kind of the cause of it. Even though you're not, but at the same time, you might feel like you're the cause of some shit happening to your family, bro. I don't like that. That made me feel icky. That made me feel real icky.
The only personal information we celebrate is their birthdays, but that's it. Most armies don't know and don't care to know about the members' family members their lives. If anything, armies are more likely to say that real armies need to know BTS's music and legendary key points of their story in the music industry. But ask the most army of armies how many siblings a certain member has, and you won't get an answer from them. Ask what are the names of the members' parents to an army, and they will tell you that that's not public information. This is because the BTS members always protected the privacy of their non-famous friends and family members. So it's an unspoken rule that ARMY doesn't need to know about these details of their personal lives. You may think it's obvious to not care about these details. You may think it's obvious to prioritize the music over other things. But in the world of crazy big fandoms, ARMY normalized this big shift.
Another fan-led initiative was also outside Citi Field, handing out purple ribbon wristbands.
I respect it so much, bro.
Concert goers to be respectful to their fellow army.
Respect
One
them.
of the most uncontrollable moments for ARMY is when some fans, the paparazzi, and the general public go see BTS at airports or their private schedules. I still believe that by the size of the fandom, it can be even worse and more dangerous than what it already is. But there have been moments that really show how ARMY changed a part of fandom culture involving privacy and the artist's safety.
Yeah.
For example, when BTS started gaining massive worldwide popularity, it became extremely difficult for the BTS members to walk through airports, even with tons of security guards. So ARMY organized the Purple Ribbon Project, in which armies in the front row form a barrier with purple ribbons
to
prevent BTS, other fans, and the airport staff from getting mobbed.
Bro, that's so tough. But like, my mind will go to like, bro, that's y'all kind of putting yourselves in harm's way, because if somebody wants to get to somebody, they gonna get to them. But I do respect that there's a group of people, or like a mob of people, that actually will try their best to hold off the crazy ones so that, you know, BTS can get through to where they want to get through. But like, I'm just like, bro, I hope everybody stays safe, because some people don't know the lengths people will go. Some people really don't know. If a nigga wants to get to you, they will get to you, no matter what type of security you have. Thank God that that K-pop is a culture of people that ain't on that type of timing to really, you know what I'm saying, get at somebody. So it's like, you gotta count your blessings on that.
Those purple ribbons for the security. So like they, you know, put all the way around us through in the airport and outside the airport, and keep the security for us.
That's so tough. That's so tough.
This helped a lot with the chaos in 2018. But as the years passed, BTS became bigger and bigger.
It's like when they got to LAX, it was like the Beatles were here. I mean, your fans, it's really incredible.
So ARMY's mentality had to and did change. Now, ARMYs encourage others to simply not go to the airport or any other locations where BTS has private schedules. For example, in South Korea, every man has to serve in the military for 18 months. So whenever a famous singer or actor has their military entrance ceremony, fans will go see them, even if the celebrities ask them not to. However, during Jin's military entrance ceremony, he asked fans in an announcement to not visit him at his military entrance ceremony for his safety and the safety of other soldiers. So armies listened and didn't go visit him. This is surprising. Because it's not only common but expected for fans to go to celebrities' military ceremonies. Of course, the paparazzi are the paparazzi. They didn't listen to Jin's announcement and went anyway, but they were surprised to go to the ceremony and not find the avalanche of fans they were expecting. And
imagine they're like, oh, there's nobody really here? They actually listened to the artist that said don't come? Wow. I'm surprised that people actually have human fucking decency. Fuck it, let's keep taking these pictures, you know? Like, all right, bro.
And you can tell that the paparazzi were shocked from seeing a group of fans for the first time actually listening to the celebrities' wishes.
Yeah.
Again, this idea of not going to the airport or other public places where BTS has private schedules may sound obvious and common decency.
This kind of reminds me of like that Castanet situation when he was in New York and the nigga hopped out the truck and was bombarded instantly, to where like they had to put that man in the fetal position and carry him out to get arrested. Like, dog, oh my God.
But before ARMY started encouraging this, other big fandoms saw this type of mobbing as something to brag about. And if some fans told other fans to not go see their favorite artists at the airport, there would be a big entitled reaction. But now, the majority of ARMYs encourage others to give BTS their space. And there have been multiple occasions of ARMY accidentally finding the BTS members in different parts of the world and not saying anything until the BTS members are back in South Korea or post their travel pictures themselves.
This reminded me when I found out when they were in DC and I was in Virginia and I found out J-Hope was sitting right at the place, like if you know where the Anacostia River is, where you drive around across the bridge and it's like the Potomac River, and like it's that part right there. I found out that J-Hope was literally sitting right there, and I was like, damn. His ass is really just sitting at some obscure place that so many people go, and y'all don't know that that's Hobie. That's amazing, actually. Like, wow.
In return, BTS thanks every time ARMYs have pretended to not know them in public and have kept their location a secret.
I respect that, bro. They care about each other's safety too. I fucks with that too. Niggas need to stay safe, bro. BTS, yeah.
The BTS ARMY is probably the most self-organized fandom. There were times when concert venues were simply not ready for the magnitude of a BTS concert. Here are only two recent examples. When BTS performed at SoFi Stadium in LA in 2021, the organization from the staff was so bad that armies were still outside of the venue after the concert had already started.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, the only thing I had against that LA trip was my dumb ass not knowing that I needed to get an Uber before the concert was over.
Fans had to do their own crowd control, despite asking the venue multiple times to increase safety measures. But the venue still had this bad organization for other future events where people got badly injured, making many believe that the reason why there were no serious injuries or accidents during the 4 BTS concerts was because of ARMY's self-organization. These 4 concerts were attended by 70,000 ARMYs in each day. BTS also had a one-day free concert in the city of Busan in South Korea in 2022. This concert was organized by the city, which received multiple complaints for their lack of organization and preparation for a free BTS concert.
That's actually crazy though. Imagine like, bro, this is about to like piss me off because I'm about to watch a video of that Itaewon thing, that Halloween thing of Miss Mango, Rotten Mango. And I'm like thinking like, why in the fuck are government funded things so shitty? But the citizens have quality tools and quality brain power and just quality items to make some shit go the way they should go. I don't like, why are people trying to say, like, I don't know. It makes me, I don't know, dog. I don't know. I might fuck around and become a politician to figure that out. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm a whistleblow. They gonna knock my ass off the earth.
The only reason why the event was not a complete mess was because of BTS being out of pocket for more safety measures.
아시아드 주경기장이나 부산 국제 락 페스티벌이 열리는 흠락 생태공원 등을 검토했지만 10만 명을 수용하려면 이곳이 가장 적절하다고 판단했습니다.
And ARMY being respectful to one another. BTS and ARMY's efforts for safety were recognized only after other massive festivity in South Korea was poorly organized by their city, only weeks after BTS's concert, leaving one of the biggest tragedies in the country. This type of lack of safety measures can be catastrophic. We saw them happening time and time again. This shouldn't be the public's full responsibility, but sadly, every time the venues are not prepared for a BTS concert, armies take it upon themselves to organize themselves and avoid tragedies. And you can see the fandom's mentality as a whole in the little details too. If you've been to any concert or a sport event, you've probably noticed how common it is for the place to become a mess as the event ends. But at the majority of BTS concerts, you will find armies wearing masks out of respect for each other, even if it's not mandatory, using the fandom's light sticks to organize the after-concert traffic, and even leaving the trash organized.
Man, speaking of concert, cuz leaving that goddamn Beyonce concert, niggas couldn't get out the parking lot. It's like everybody forgot that we all gotta go home. That shit was hell. I ain't get home till like 3 a.m.
These kind of small forms of organization prove that the mentality of the great majority of armies is of respect. Not only
like we was there for so much a long time, I started eating leftover chicken that was left at the tailgate. Like, bro, that shit was dry as hell, man. See, this is why I fuck with Army, yo. Y'all niggas keep it so we keep it safe. We keep it safe, clean, and pleasant.
Only to the members of BTS, but also to each other.
And oh my god, bro, when I was in LA, bro, and they were handing out the photo cards and stuff, bro, that shit made me so happy because it's like, dog, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to make this stuff. You're not getting paid to make this stuff. You're just handing out stuff for free. I don't know if I asked. I was like, when somebody gave me like a bag full of like items, to myself, I was like, oh, do I have to pay for this? You know what I'm saying? But like they just walked away. I was like, oh, thank you. Like I was probably about to reach in my pocket, get like some money or something. Bro, they just be giving out stuff for free. Like this shit don't cost work. Like this shit is not work to make. And I'm just like, wow, y'all are really, really generous, bro. That makes me want to be more generous. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is very inspiring.
ARMY's respect for BTS and ARMY goes beyond the concern of privacy and safety. ARMYs are generous to each other. Small acts of generosity include ARMYs giving each other freebies at concerts. These are hundreds of small gifts ARMYs prepare for other ARMYs for free, and it can include BTS photo cards, stickers, accessories, snacks, bottles of water.
That's hard. That's
it's
so
not
hard.
a BTS concert without these type of gifts.
That's so hard,
These are personal
bro.
acts of generosity by each ARMY. When ARMYs form a fan-base association, they can do bigger projects like the Purple Ribbon Project. Different fan bases help ARMYs understand different streaming platforms, music charts, BTS's history and discography.
Like, this is
there are
crazy. I
also
love it.
organizations created by ARMY professionals that help guide and inform fans in anything related to medicine, law, engineering, and computer science.
It's like, bro, what the, like, this is crazy. This is amazing. Like, I'm not about to say ARMY is the best because I don't want to start no shit, but like, ARMY is the most balanced and well-rounded goddamn fandom. Like, what the fuck?
There are associations of ARMY tutors of courses like science, languages, math, social science, computer science, and art. All of these completely for free. There are also ARMY social media accounts that buy BTS's paid content and stream it for free or share download files so every single ARMY can watch it, even if they cannot pay for it. This may sound like it's not beneficial to the ARMYs paying for the content or to BTS, but there are still millions of fans buying the paid content and happy to see every ARMY being able to access the paid content. And again, this collective generosity is simply a reflection of BTS's message and actions. There were times when BTS themselves watched unofficial streams on camera and even told ARMYs watching unofficial streams that it was okay to do so. And this generosity by ARMYs is not performative. It's part of the core of the fandom.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in a hidden camera experiment. Someone left an unattended BTS merch table at a K-pop flea market, and instead of ARMYs stealing the merch, they ended up paying more than the expected revenue and even donating their own merch to the table.
39,890원이 나왔어요. 아니 어떻게 345,500원보다 더 나온 거예요?
Bro, if I'd seen some shit like that, I wouldn't really want to steal it. I wouldn't want to steal it. Because I'm like, this is here. Somebody put this together. I'm not about to take some shit off the table. Like that's weird. I'm not taking shit off the table. But I hope somebody comes back before somebody else takes some shit off the table. Like that's type of shit I be feeling. Or if I go up there, I'll be like, yo, I want this. Can I buy this? Like, I'll try to find somebody, like I'll fake go to the bathroom or something and then come back to the table when somebody's at the table and be like, yo, can I pay for this? How much is it? $5? Okay. I'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stealing the shit. You know, like
현장에서 팬들이 직접 굿즈를 기부하신 분들도 있었대요. 우리 방탄소년단이 전 세계에 미치는 큰 가치만큼 우리 아미분들의 행동 또한 정말 멋있다는 생각이 드는데요.
BTS donated $1 million to Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
And ARMY was like, yo, if they can do it, we can do it.
Like, that's tough.
Fans who were already coming out of the pocket to support artists came out of pocket more to support charity. And this isn't the first time they've done this.
Finally, ARMY not only cares and respects each other and BTS, they also care about the world. You've probably heard about the one time BTS donated $1 million to Black Lives Matter, and ARMY matched their $1 million donation in 24 hours. But
and I never mind. That whole shit was a shit in itself. That Black Lives Matter shit was some shit in itself, bro. I ain't about to get into it. This video's already 30 minutes long.
These type of actions happen all the time. ARMY is probably the first big fandom that made donating to charities and
niggas in the middle of the ocean with it
of their mission.
They wanted to say thank you to me for something, and they organized something like charitable in my name. And part of me was like, why isn't everyone's fans doing this? Can you imagine if everyone's fans thanked them by organizing charity in their name?
ARMY has participated in thousands of charity projects around the world, including collecting trash, planting trees, donating food and clothes to shelters, and much, much more. When BTS had to cancel their entire Map of the Soul tour because of the COVID pandemic, many ARMYs donated the money of their ticket refunds to COVID relief efforts and organizations. When concerts returned, tickets for BTS concerts sold out fast. So some ARMYs who were not able to get tickets donated their ticket money to organizations helping Ukraine.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. That's so nice. Like, you don't really see that type of shit nowadays, bro. This is why I fucking love ARMY, son. God damn. So
Again,
I'm proud.
not saying that ARMY doesn't have a toxic side. In a fandom this big, there will always be at least a small number of very loud toxic fans, but they are not the majority, not even close. There's this popular idea that the internet is full of these toxic armies, but I dare you to actually click on their accounts and read what they are actually saying about BTS. I assure you, the toxic fans you come across are not actual armies. They are troll accounts pretending to be ARMY just so people can hate on BTS and their fandom. Like I said, armies are not K-pop stans. Actually, K-pop stans and other fandoms team up to compete against ARMY. This has happened since ARMY became the most powerful fandom in 2017, and as a consequence, BTS became the most successful group. So if we compare ARMY to other global fandoms of similar magnitudes, I would say that ARMY is the fandom that has done the most good. ARMY is the first big fandom who constantly rejects the craziest stereotype from the media and the general public. ARMY goes far and beyond to protect BTS's privacy and personal space, more than any other big fandom. ARMYs hold each other accountable and look for ways to improve the fandom at all times. ARMY cares about each other's safety and is generous to each other and the world. That's how ARMY changed fandom culture. Being the most powerful fandom is not just about having a lot of crazy fans anymore. It's about being part of a productive community. It's more than just repeating a positive slogan.
Never say never.
The toxic stereotype of ARMY should disappear because it's extremely misleading.
The ARMY are great. Also, they're so poorly represented in culture as these like fangirl, crazy, like mindless, and they're the opposite. They're like intelligent, they're funny, they're tasteful, they're charitable.
There has never been a fandom community like this, and the world should see it for what it actually is.
This is like amazing, bro. Like this is amazing. This is amazing. Another great video from Boris City Magazine. Just reinforce my confirmation bias that ARMY is just like they're hey man, yo, the niggas is like that, bro. And at the same time, about the toxic side, at the end of the day, the trash gonna take itself out. You know, that's pretty much what might happen, because like that usually is what happens. But like at the end of the day, I can only congratulate ARMY for being the great humans that they are. You know, every time they do something good, I'll just be like, y'all doing great, bro. Y'all are doing great. Like, we're doing great. And at the end of the day, it's nice to see. It's really nice to see. Not only is BTS one of the reasons that gave me faith in humanity, ARMY is a reason that like, you know, supported that hypothesis. And the hypothesis is true. So at the end of the day, I'm proud to be ARMY. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm proud to be ARMY. Even if I'm a multi-stan. I don't even really care about them labels for real, but I fucks with ARMY. They've shown me nothing but good. And the bad side is just like, I guess, a one-off situation. But ARMY's like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all should give yourselves a pat on the back, cuz, like, for real.